Yo, what is up guys? It's ZetraLake here, back with another video, and today I am going to be ranking all the capes in Fortnite. So right now we have 33 different types of capes in Fortnite, and I'm basically just going to be ranking all of them from worst to best. But yeah, that's basically it, and let's get started. Alright, coming in now in the number 33 spot, taking home the place for being the worst cape in Fortnite. I have Waveform, and yeah, this cape is just so it doesn't match with basically anything. It has too many colors, and it's a cool idea for a cape, but it really doesn't match with anything, and it's just not that good of a cape. But now coming in number 32 spot, I have the Nana cape. And a couple of people actually I know that really likes this cape, but personally I just think it's way too low on the back and it doesn't really look good with anything, so personally I don't like it. But now in number 31 spot I have Winback, and this one's like some people don't even think it's a cape. I don't even really think it's a cape, but it's actually like technically it is a cape, but it doesn't really look like a cape, but it's quite a weird one. But it's just quite bad. But now coming in the 30 spot I have Off-World Rig, and this one's honestly not that bad, but it's just a bit too big and quite a boring one and boring colors, so that's why it is right here. But now in the next spot I have Star Surge, and this is quite similar to the other one. It's just a bit too big and it's a little bit more detailed and not as boring, but it's too big and bulky and it doesn't really look good with a lot of things. Then we have the Night Cloak, and a lot of people actually really like this cape. Personally I just don't really, because it's quite a big cape and the movement of it is quite weird in my opinion, and it also doesn't really match with a lot of skins in my opinion. I know a couple of people that say it matches with a lot of things. Personally I just don't think so, but this is like once again just my opinion. You can think whatever you want about my opinion or so, but this is just my opinion. But now coming in the 27th spot I have the Fabled Cape, and this one used to be so popular. I don't really know why. Personally I've never really liked it. It's quite a weird backbling. It matches with like some red skins, but honestly there are like none skins they are like the exact same red as this cape, so in my opinion it barely matches with anything, and it's just not that good of a cape. But now we have the Cable Cloak, and this is quite a new cape, but in my opinion it's too big. Like this cape would have been a lot better if it was smaller, but it's just too big, so it really doesn't look good with a lot of things in my opinion. But now in the next spot I have a Carapace, and this is a very unique one. If you get a skin that it matches with, which is very rare for this back bling, but if you do find a good skin with it, it can look very good with some skins with like some very weird colors, but personally like in general it's not a good back bling. But now coming in number 24 spot I have Retribution, and I quite like this back bling. It's quite a clean back bling. It matches with a decent amount of skins, and honestly like all the capes from here on forward are quite good. Like in general capes are just a very good like type of back bling, so honestly this isn't that bad of a back bling. I like the colors and so, and it looks quite clean, but it still is a little bit like bulky, like right on top and everything, and it's personally not one of my favorites. But now coming in the 23 spot I have Moldering Cloak. And yeah, this back bling is honestly not that bad, but it's just a worse version of the Frozen Shroud. It just matches with the less things and everything, and in my opinion it's just quite a rip-off of that back bling. It's literally the exact same back bling, but with different colors, and honestly just worse. Like if they make a recolor, it should have been better or something, at least like some cool colors. Personally I just don't really like it, and the Frozen Shroud is just a lot better, and it's like a lot higher up on the list than this one. But now coming in number 22 spot I have the Victorian Cape, and in number 21 spot I have the Ventura Cape. And yeah, these are basically like almost the same cape. Personally I think like the pattern on the Ventura Cape is a little bit cooler, but honestly they're almost identical and both are like the same level of coolness, I guess. That's not really even a word, but that's just how I think about them. But now coming in number 20 spot, I have the Starshot. And yeah, this is by far the tiniest cape in Fortnite, and it's not a bad cape, but it's a bit too tiny, and also like the movement when you jump around and everything with this cape, it's quite weird in my opinion and doesn't look the best. But now coming in number 19 spot, I have Spirit Cape. And yeah, this back bling is quite cool. I like the colors and everything, but it basically covers the entire like skin. So if you have a real cool skin on, you can barely see it when you have this cape on, and it also doesn't really match with a lot of items. But if you don't really mind that, then it's a really cool cape and it would have been higher. But personally, it just like blocks the entire view over the skin, and it doesn't really match with that many skins, so that's why it is right here. But it is still a cool cape. But now coming in number 18 spot, I have the Crested Cape. And yeah, this is a very clean and very small cape. Actually, it looks dirty, but it's like clean, like it's a clean cape, a clean backbling, matches with a decent amount of stuff. But it actually looks like it's actual dirt on the cape. That's like the design of it, and it's a very cool cape. But the ones above it are better, but I still do really like this one. But now coming in number 17 spot, I have the Radiant Mantle. And yeah, it's just quite a clean backbling. I like the gold, and you can also like change edit styles if you want it to glow, yes, like, or if you want to glow or not. And it's quite a cool backbling, matches with the gold skins and everything. But I haven't really seen it on any skin. Like I couldn't find any gameplay of this backbling on another skin than the actual skin it came of. So I didn't really know exactly where to put it because I didn't really have a lot of gameplay on it. So I think it's like in the 17 spots, but maybe it would have been a bit higher even if I saw it with the more skins. But I definitely think it's a cool cape, but still not the best. But now coming in number 16 spot, I have the Ice Mantle. And yeah, this is a very popular cape. It has 4 different edit styles, some very cool colors. Now moving on to the number 15 spot, I have EXO Spine. And this is a very unique cape. It's quite a cool one. I like the colors, like both the red one and also the like a blue black one. Both of those look very cool. Personally, my favorite one is like the darker one because it matches with a lot more skins. It's a very unique backbling. It's kind of weird one, but if you like it, I think it matches with some very cool like skins and so. And in my opinion, it's a very good backbling. But now coming in number 14 spot, I have the Enduring Cape. And yeah, this is just it's quite a boring cape, but still it's very cool. But that's just it for that one. Now moving on to the next spot, I have the Autism Mantle, no, the Autumns. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but it is still a very cool cape. I really like the colors. It's very like bright colors, and it's basically only like 3 different types of colors on it, but it still looks somewhat like very colorful. I don't know why, but in my opinion, I just kind of get the feeling that it's very colorful, even though it isn't really. But in my opinion, it's a cool cape, but it doesn't match with that many skins though. But now coming in number 12 spot, I have the Frozen Shroud. And yeah, this is just a real cool cape. I like the all black. It matches with a lot of skins. I'm a little bit bored of it because I used to use it so much when it first came out. So I'm a little bit bored of this back bling. Like when this first came out, this wouldn't like maybe have been like the number 1 or at least the top 3. I think maybe like the first video I ever did on like ranking all the capes, this probably was in the top 3. But right now I'm a bit bored of it, but it is still a very cool cape. But now I have the Molten Crested Cape, and yeah, I really like the black and the red orange. I think it looks very cool. Now we have the top 10, and coming in now on number 10 spot, I have the Dismal Cape. And yeah, I think it's a very cool cape. It's like a lot of these in top 10 are quite boring. There's like clean black capes, and this one it has like a little bit of green in it. In my opinion, I can see like it's not completely black. It's a little bit like dark, very dark gray, and the little bit of green in it, in my opinion. But it is a very cool cape. But now coming in number 9 spot, I have the Battle Shroud. And yeah, this is a very clean and good cape. But now coming in number 8 spot, I have the Molten Battle Shroud. And yeah, in my opinion, the molten one is just a little bit better, but both look very, very cool. But now coming in at number 7 spot, I have the Starfield. And yeah, this one is really cool because it's a very unique cape. It's like the blue, purplish, and then the pink, and it's a very cool effect. And like this is probably the most interesting one. Like this would be in the number 1 spot if you rank them from like being interesting and everything, because the other ones like further on from here, they're quite boring, but they still look very clean and cool. But the Starfield is definitely an amazing backbling. But now coming in number 6 spot, I have Kylo's cape. Yeah, this is just a clean black and awesome cape. But now coming in number 5 spot, I have the Lightning Cloak. And this one's also quite unique. It's a very cool like purple lightning inside of like a glass bowl on top of the back bling. I think that looks very, very cool. And it's also not a super big back bling, and I like that. But the ones above it are a bit better, but it still is an absolutely amazing back bling. But now coming in number 4 spot, I have the Dark Knight movie cloak. And then in number 3 spot, I have the Batman comic book cape. And both of those are very similar. I think like the comic book one is a little bit better because it's all black, the other one's with the gold and black, but otherwise they're very, very similar. But both just look super clean and super awesome, and they're just amazing backblings. But now coming in number 2 spot, I have the Coven cape. Yeah, this is just such a clean black cape, and on the inside it's actually pink, which is just a very interesting detail and looks very, very cool. And I think this is such an amazing backbling. It truly just is one of the best backblings in Fortnite. But now coming in number 1 spot, I have the Banner cape. And yeah, this one you can just change it on so many different colors, and also like the banners. But like the Coven cape, I got a bit of comments because these are the same top 2 as I did like on my last version of this, and a couple of you guys thought the Coven cape should have been the number 1, but personally I just feel like because the Banner cape has so many different edit styles, and also it looks very clean and very cool with basically all colors of it, and you can match it with so many different skins and even colorful ones. It's just, in my opinion, the best cape in Fortnite. But yeah, that's basically been it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, I would really, really appreciate it if you guys could go down and drop a like, and also if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, so bye bye. I hope you have a great day and take care.